What's going on, everyone? This is Erica's for the win. Gonna give my bold predictions for 2017. If you don't really know what that means, it's pretty much predictions that don't have a lot of chance of happening, but they are possible. It's kind of like a far-fetched prediction, something wild, okay? So if you watch ESPN and things like that, they do this with like the NFL. They'll say such and such receiver will have 2,000 yards by the end of the season or something like that. And then they check back to see how they did. So at the end of the year, it would be kind of fun to come back to this video and see how right or wrong I was. So let's go ahead and get into it. I have a few here. I made a list and I'm going to start with some Microsoft predictions, okay? This first one is not bold at all, really. I just wanted to add it to the list. It's the most probable, in my opinion. So my first prediction is that Microsoft will not have a Scorpio reveal prior to E3. They're going to save it for E3. They're going to announce everything. They're going to announce the games. They're going to announce the specs. All of it's going to go down at E3. The reason I think this will happen is because every time I see anything about a reveal coming before E3, it seems like Microsoft is very hesitant. They say a lot of I don't knows, we don't know yet, we're not sure. And that just leads me to believe they're waiting for E3. Also, I feel like if they announce it earlier, that it might sabotage the sales for the Xbox One S. They want those things to go out. They want those things to sell right now. So that just makes me believe they'll just wait till E3 and have a huge reveal then. So that's my first prediction for Microsoft. My next bold prediction is that Microsoft will announce a Gears of War 2 remaster releasing in 2018 to commemorate its 10-year anniversary. It's already going to be 10 years since Gears of War 2. They already released the first game, remastered it, released it for its 10 years. I don't see why they wouldn't do it again. Gears of War is one of those franchises that Microsoft leans upon. They depend on it, and I could see this happening. How much would I bet on this prediction? I don't know, not that much. But because I do like Gears of War 2, I would like to see this happen. And I wouldn't mind, checking out that campaign again, looking a lot better and playing the multiplayer again. I mean, it's possible. So this is one of my bold predictions for Microsoft. I could see them announcing this at E3 and letting us know it is coming next year. So that's pretty much my predictions for Microsoft. Now let's turn to the third-party side of things for a second. I have a bold prediction for Mass Effect Andromeda. My prediction is that it's going to disappoint. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? I don't want this to happen. Don't take this as this is going to happen, I hope it does, because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that this game's going to sell pretty well. It's going to probably get decent scores. It's going to do well on that front, but with the Mass Effect fans, I could see them being disappointed. I could see them looking at Mass Effect Andromeda thinking, this is not Mass Effect enough. This is too different. It's too much of action. It's not enough RPG. Whatever the complaint is, it doesn't really matter. I don't have specific complaints that I'm going to bet on or anything like that. I just feel like this could definitely happen. And I'm not saying the game's going to be bad per se. I don't want it to be. Trust me, I don't. I'm just thinking that Mass Effect fans, especially the diehards, might have some complaints and they might be disappointed. So that's my bold prediction for that game. To me, it's not even that bold because I could definitely see this happening. All right, now for the Sony side of things. My most anticipated game this year, Neo. My bold prediction is that it's gonna get bad scores because the reviewers can't beat it. I have this feeling they're gonna treat it like Fury. I read a lot of reviews where people were like, it's too hard. It focuses on being hard just for the sake of it. Like, there was a lot of reviewers who hated on Fury because it was too hard. I feel like they'll do the same with Neo. Not only that, but I'm gonna predict that a lot of people in the community that we know, like all the people that we talk to and play similar games and talk to on Twitter and things like that, I'm predicting a lot of people not beating this game because it's going to be a hard game, very challenging game. With all the games that are coming out around the same time frame too, could really hold people back from beating it. I just feel like it's possible, myself included, that we don't beat this game for a while. So that's my bold prediction about Neo. It's gonna be challenging as hell, and the reviewers are going to cry. So yeah, book it. I'm calling it now. People are gonna cry. All right, moving on. This is a bold prediction that I really want to happen. All right, I'm predicting that Bloodborne 2 will be announced at this year's E3 for Sony. Even though From Software said they're not working on it, I'm gonna say they're lying. I'm gonna say this game is coming. They're going to announce it, they're gonna tease it, and it'll release in 2018. That's my probably biggest bold prediction of this list, and the one I want most to happen, definitely. Because you guys know I love Bloodborne. I really want to see a Bloodborne 2. And they could take their time. It doesn't even have to come out in 2018. I just put that in there, you know, just to say, you know, a year that it'll come. It could come out 2019 or whatever. This thing's coming. So that's my big, bold prediction that would make me just extremely happy. Next, this one's pretty crazy, but I do believe this will happen. Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, and Shenmue 3 all delayed. They're not coming this year. They're going to be delayed till next year. And I want to throw Spider-Man in there, but it's kind of hard to do that because the new Spider-Man movie is going to come out in July, okay? And then I'm thinking, well, what is Sony going to release in the holiday season of this year? There's that Days Gone game, but I don't think that's really ready. So that leads me to believe it has to be Spider-Man. But that could be delayed too. I could definitely throw it in this list, but because the holiday doesn't really have like a big game yet, like confirmed for the PS4, I'm thinking it could be Spider-Man this year. So I don't want to throw it in the list just yet, but I would not be surprised if it's delayed as well. The rest of this list though, Red Dead, God of War, Shenmue, all delayed. That's my prediction, especially Shenmue. They have it for December of this year. That's not happening. This game is going to be delayed for sure. I would say that's the most probable for being delayed. Next, I would say Red Dead, and then after that, God of War. They're being delayed for sure. That's my one I would probably bet on for those three being delayed. And finally, my last prediction, I wanted to do more. I kept looking at this list and I wanted to add some more, but I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it sweet. This is my last prediction for the year. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will win Game of the Year for all major gaming sites. I'm talking GameSpot, IGN, also the Video Game Awards in December. Game of the Year. Book it, stamp it, whatever you gotta do. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Game of the Year, all across the board. Maybe not every site, but a lot of major gaming sites. GameSpot for sure. They love Zelda over there, so I could definitely see it there. And even for myself, I mean, I don't want to predict a Game of the Year for myself because you guys would just say, well, you'll just say it, so you're right. So I can't really like put that out there, but I'm just adding it to the conversation. I could see this game being my Game of the Year as well. So yeah, that's my bold predictions for the year. I want to hear yours. Leave them in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of mine. And you know, this year, there's so many games coming out. I was looking at the list and thinking, okay, what's going to be the sleeper of the year? What's going to be the flop of the year? And all of that. We still need to hear more about the rest of the games coming at the end of the year. Like, we don't even know what's coming later on. The list is going to grow even more. So it's a lot to talk about. It's a lot to think about. And there's just way too many games to, you know, compress it into one video. So these are my main bold predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in my next one. Take it easy. Peace.